Welcome everyone to a new deep dive. Today we're looking at something maybe a bit surprising. How the really small things, the components you might not even notice in heavy industry, how they can actually, quietly shape the success or failure of these huge multi-million dollar operations. I mean, picture this. A critical plant grinds to a halt, not because of a turbine, not a software bug, but because of a simple, maybe $5 tool. Sounds
Mm.
kind of nuts, right? But honestly, the hidden villains and yeah, the unsung heroes too of productivity, they often hide in plain sight. So we're
Mm.
going to explore this whole idea using what seems like a really humble item, the industrial dope brush, as our way in.
Right. And our mission here really is to unpack how the quality, the actual design of a tool that seems minor, like a specialized industrial dope brush,
Mhm.
how it directly tackles really critical issues. We're talking oil and gas, manufacturing, utilities, these demanding places. We'll dig into how precision, how durability in something so small can create real advantages, not just for one task, but for the whole operation.
Yeah.
It's about seeing that every single piece, no matter how small it seems, plays a part in, well, in operational excellence.
Okay, let's talk about these silent profit killers. It's a great phrase. Usually, when we think about what drains money in industry, we think big, right? Machine breakdowns, material costs, huge downtimes. But you're pointing to something else, something often missed. Sloppy compound application. How does something like that, something seemingly minor, turn into a silent profit killer?
Well, it's fascinating because in these industries, the ones relying on heavy gear, precision machinery, reliability isn't just nice, it's absolutely your lifeline. Every minute of downtime costs a fortune in these places. Serious money. So think about the critical compounds they use: thread sealants, anti-seize, special lubes. They're literally the lifeblood keeping equipment running correctly, safely. So the tool you use to put them on, it suddenly becomes fundamentally important. If it's inconsistent, well, you waste product, sure. But worse, you introduce these tiny points of failure, and those can snowball into much bigger, much more expensive problems down the road.
Right, so inconsistency is the real enemy. It leads to missed spots, using too much product, maybe even those cold spots you mentioned. So what are the big engineering challenges in designing a tool that can actually apply these compounds consistently, especially with all the different types, some really thick and sticky? How does a solution like the Industrial HD Duke brush tackle that?
Yeah, good question. It's definitely more complex than just making the bristles stiff, right? The real trick is getting that truly uniform application every single time. Industrial HD brushes, they're engineered specifically for that. Not just avoiding obvious streaks, but also eliminating those microscopic voids, those cold spots in the compound layer. Because those spots where the compound isn't spread right, they become weak points.
Oh, okay.
Think about a high-pressure pipe thread, a tiny bubble from bad application. That could become a spot for corrosion,
Hmm.
leads to threads stripping early, or leaks.
Mm.
Or on a gasket, an uneven layer means uneven pressure.
Which means leaks again.
Exactly. Leaks, maybe costly environmental cleanups, even fines from regulators, not good.
Hmm.
The technological advantage comes down to the fiber head. It's a specific blend of synthetic polymers. It's designed to stay stiff, to spring back, even when it's covered in thick, sometimes abrasive industrial compound.
Instead of just flattening out.
Right. Instead of splaying or clumping up like cheaper brushes do, this means the fibers spread the pressure evenly. That's critical to stop those voids forming. And on top of that, the handle. Yeah. It's solid wood, really rugged,
Yeah.
built to take the daily abuse, so you're not constantly stopping work to replace broken brushes. That eats time.
It almost sounds like you're prepping these brushes for, I don't know, battle. But seriously, that kind of resilience,
Right.
it must pay off in real ways, right? What are some of the absolute toughest conditions these brushes have to handle? And what makes their materials so different from, say, a regular brush you'd find anywhere?
Well, maybe not battle, but the environments are incredibly punishing. You're right about that. We're talking extreme heat, extreme cold, exposure to really caustic chemicals, or just, getting dropped or kicked accidentally on a busy platform. It happens.
Yeah, but
Regular brushes, they just fall apart, deform, lose bristles, become useless fast. Take the IHDB4, the 2-inch taper trim with the guard. It's not just tough. It's got that sturdy guard, protects the user's hand. The bristle setup is precise for even spreading, and the handle's extra long, gives you leverage, helps you work safer, even in awkward spots. So for a procurement manager on an oil field, this translates directly. Fewer tool failures, much fewer. Crews spend their shifts actually working, racking up billable hours, not stuck waiting for a replacement brush or dealing with a mess. It's really about building something that performs reliably where failure just isn't an option.
so If consistency and durability are the name of the game, how does a company handle the massive variety out there? Different compounds, different machines, different access points on different sites. One size can't possibly fit all, can it?
No, absolutely not. And that's where having a really comprehensive catalog, like Industrial HD offers, is just essential. They've got all sorts of configurations, straight trim bristles, tapered ones, some with guards, some without, even specialty designs for really specific tasks.
Right.
Because, yeah, no two job sites are the same, and applications differ.
Right.
So, for example, there's the Guard heavy-duty thread compound brush,
Yeah.
the 16-inch one,
Hmm.
built like a tank, basically. Great for heavy compounds, gives the operator maximum control.
Okay.
Then you got something like the IHDB 15. It's a 134-inch straight trim, no guard.
Yeah.
That one's perfect when you need to get into tight spaces, where finesse means fewer leaks and less rework later. Or the IHDB 5, similar size, straight trim, but with the guard. Offers that crucial hand protection while still giving you steady application.
So really, whether it's applying some specialized gunk, general maintenance cleaning, or prepping a surface, there's a specific tool designed for that job. Which kind of brings us neatly to the money side of things, the financial impact of what looks like a tiny purchasing decision.
It really does. And this is where you start seeing the real ROI, the return on investment of choosing quality.
Yeah, that makes sense on paper, but I can hear some procurement folks saying, look, the upfront cost of this premium brush is higher. It's just easier to buy a bunch of cheap ones. How do you actually quantify that true cost per use? How do you convince someone who's focused only on that initial price tag? What does no gamble buying actually look like?
That's the core issue, isn't it? And it really requires a shift in thinking. No gamble buying is about seeing past that illusion of saving money up front. Cheaper, average tools, they look good on the PO, maybe, but they absolutely torch operating budgets down the line.
How so?
Through constant replacements, first off. Wasted product from sloppy application. And the biggest one, work stoppages, downtime, industrial-grade longevity, the kind Industrial HD builds in. It translates directly into fewer replacements needed, fewer purchase orders to process, real savings you can actually track on a spreadsheet. Take the IHDB 14, the 2-inch back-tapered trim with guard. We hear stories. It just keeps working while other brands are breaking down in the mud, literally. When you look at the work orders, the actual cost per use metrics, it becomes clear that initial investment, it pays for itself many, many times over, just by cutting out that friction, those failure points.
Yeah.
It's about, buying once and letting that quality reduce your operating costs ongoing, forever, ideally.
And it's definitely not just about the budget, though that's huge, obviously. You mentioned safety. These tools help reinforce safety standards. That's critical everywhere, but especially in industry. Think about the cost of injuries or failed safety audits.
That raises a key point. How does a simple brush actually improve safety?
Yeah.
Seems basic, but the safety features are designed right in. It's intentional. Things like those protective guards we mentioned, or the ergonomic handles. They're built for maximum control. That minimizes slips, reduces accidental contact with potentially toxic compounds, protects the hands. It also cuts down on operator fatigue during long shifts, which is a safety factor itself. Less fatigue, fewer mistakes.
Right.
And look, this isn't just us saying it. It's why procurement teams in demanding sectors like utilities and energy are making the switch. You see it happening. For them, reliability isn't just a nice word. It has to be baked into every single tool, every unit. It's the clear line between meeting compliance, protecting your people, and frankly, risking your entire business.
Okay, so great product, clear benefits. But there's another piece, logistics. In these industries, when you need supplies, you needed them yesterday, right?
Yeah.
Downtime is just poison.
Oh, absolutely. And that's where your supply chain becomes make or break. PEEnergy.com, the folks who handle the Industrial HD portfolio, they get this urgency. It's core to what they do. They focus on fast, reliable fulfillment, strategic warehousing, smart wholesale sourcing. The goal is just to keep your operation stocked with what you need when you need it, avoiding those costly delays.
So no waiting around for back orders.
Exactly. And they optimize for bulk orders, volume discounts too, which helps control project overhead. It helps companies avoid what some call supply chain gamesmanship. Unpredictable price jumps, certain stockouts, delivery dates that keep slipping, all that stuff that can completely derail a project and blow up your budget.
So putting it all together, who are the people who really understand this, who trust these seemingly small tools to deliver big results? You're talking about the pros, right? The top-tier procurement managers, the construction foremen, the plant maintenance leads, safety supervisors, the folks working everywhere from drilling platforms to pipeline yards.
Yeah, exactly. And their reasoning, it's usually pretty simple, learn the hard way. They've seen firsthand that anything downstream from just good enough, it just wipes out profit margins, period.
The hidden costs add up.
They really do. These leaders operate with a core belief. Buying industrial supplies shouldn't feel like gambling. You shouldn't be rolling the dice on quality. Choosing proven quality, even for something like a specialized dope brush. Well, that's how the real pros buy. It's about taking control, protecting the budget, sure, but also setting a standard. Reliability, excellence. That gets noticed.
So, yeah, we've kind of come full circle here, haven't we? We started with this surprisingly impactful, but yeah, seemingly simple tool, the industrial dope brush, and it's really shown us some profound things about efficiency in industry, about cost management, about safety. It just reinforces that powerful idea. Quality, smart engineering, thinking long-term, even in the tiny components. That's what sets the standard for success in any complex operation.
And maybe connecting this to the bigger picture, it raises a really important question for you listening right now. What other seemingly minor tools or components or maybe even processes in your own field or even your daily life, what might be silently shaping your productivity or your safety or your long-term costs? Are you absolutely sure you're not rolling the dice on something fundamental just because it doesn't look important?
That is a powerful thought to leave things on. We really encourage you, apply that critical eye. Look at your own work, your interests, challenge the ordinary stuff. Look for the extraordinary impact hiding in the details. Thanks for diving deep with us today.